guys, and welcome to Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Today's reading is a general reading for the month of October 2020 for all of the signs. The way that I have done the videos, it's based on the number of views for like whatever the previous video was. So it happens to be the mid-monthly, so I just went down and did it by number of views. So that's the order that I'll be putting out the October general readings right in. And for the reading this time, I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso. I'll be pulling oracle cards from the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise, Linn, and also from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen. If I need to clarify, I have the Harmonious Tarot by Scarabeo. And just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested in doing that, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. And also just a reminder, you can now join me on TikTok, so follow me there. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot. Like I said in my last video, I'm putting out different types of, obviously, shorter videos on TikTok. Lots of soulmate readings, life purpose readings, life path readings. So check me out there if you're interested. And just a big thank you to everybody, to new viewers, and to everybody who has been with me for a while. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm sending you lots of wonderful energy for the month of October. All right, so I will stop for now, and we'll see each of you in a second for your video. Hi, Capricorn. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. So as you can see, I have shuffled off camera, really just to save a little bit of time. So let's jump into it. And I did pull some clarifiers, so I will show you those in 1 second. But at the center of your reading, you have the Seven of Swords, which is why I pulled clarifiers on this already. Okay, so Seven of Swords, and it's crossed by number 5 of the major arcana, the Hierophant. So starting off with the Seven of Swords, air energy, okay, and you know, it's not the best of cards. It usually speaks of some type of, you know, possibly a betrayal. You can see that the man, he's still holding one sword, he has another one in the other hand, and even though the crows, they've all flown in, and they're, you know, they think that they have managed to win whatever this disagreement was, right? This dispute. They're carrying away the you know, the rest of the swords, the other 5 swords. So there is a sense of, you know, some type of loss here, because they're not able to take away all of the swords. The man is still able to defend himself. He's still left with 2 swords. So there's sometimes the Seven of Swords can represent like a, you know, a lack of planning. It's like you go into a situation without thinking things through completely. But it can also be, you know, it's an energy of people possibly betraying you. And with it being crossed by the Hierophant is, you know, he's that very stable type of energy. He speaks of tradition. We usually associate him with, you know, all of the large institutions such as the church. You know, obviously he's a religious figure, so he's the head of whatever this particular, you know, religious institution is. You can see that behind him there are depictions of, you know, a number of different types of organized religions, and he sits there as this, you know, this figure of the of what we would usually associate with tradition, right? So order, rules, somebody who conforms, right? He's definitely a conformist and a traditionalist as well. So somebody who upholds, you know, all of the rituals and the ceremonies that go along with religious institutions. With him crossing, so what could help or hinder this Seven of Swords? It is a, you know, it's a very interesting combination, because I guess, you know, how you look at a situation, if you approach it more in a more traditional fashion, you know, would that have something to do with this betrayal, or, you know, however these people, whatever happened here. You know, there is also the message with the Seven of Swords of needing to really cut your losses and just move on. So whatever happened, yes, there might have been losses, but, you know, not to dwell on them. And the cards that came out as clarifiers on the Seven of Swords, we have in the, you know, the past position, the Four of Cups, followed by Major Arcana number 16, the Tower, and the outbound energy, or the, you know, the future, is the 18 of the Major Arcana, the Moon. And it's very interesting because the Moon appears as well in the main spread. And, you know, I'm getting with the other cards that are showing up in the reading along with the clarifiers, for some of you, there could have been, and this could have already happened, right? Some type of betrayal. It caught you off guard, right? This could have to do with a relationship, could also be to do with family, but things are coming to light now. And I feel that there's somebody possibly who's still attached to this Seven of Swords energy, right? That's here crowning your reading as the Page of Swords, because this is like, it's usually an energy of somebody keeping an eye on you, keeping tabs on what you're doing, that kind of stalker energy. So I feel like there might still be this energy surrounding you, but things coming to light. And, you know, you do have other references in the spread here to things coming to light, needing to tune into your intuition. But ultimately, you know, I know I'm jumping ahead here, but as you move through the month and heading into the month of November, there are, you know, there's very positive energy here. You have lots of kind of endings and positive new beginnings as you head out. But I feel as though this, you know, whatever this Tower moment was for you, it really caught you off guard. And it could have had to do with, like I said, something to do with, you know, people betraying you. Maybe these were people who you trusted a great deal. Somebody from your family. Could also have to do with a water sign. We do have the Four of Cups here in the past position. We do have, you know, the sort of straight down the center here, we have lots of air energy. So if you're dealing with an air sign, this would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Water energy would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Tower card as well. We have, so two major arcanas there. The Tower is all about, you know, the unexpected. It's sort of that, but it's that change that comes in. And, you know, if you look at in this particular deck, we don't even really see the structure. All we see is the person just falling, you know, head first out of the structure. Usually we see, like with the Tower card, we see the, you know, the tower, like the structure actually crumbling. And then, you know, sort of also symbolizing that maybe things weren't as rock solid as you once, you know, or as you believed, right? Because there was a need for things to come crumbling to the ground in order to rebuild, in order to start, you know, a fresh, brand new, with a brand new foundation. But it's interesting how in this one, it's like the stable, you know, structure is not even there. You're just kind of plummeting head first. So I think whatever this was, it caught you off guard. Could have been news about something. Could have been, again, with this Seven of Swords, something to do with a betrayal, right? People going against you. Yeah, it could have been somebody who you trusted a great deal. But, you know, it was a great surprise to you as well with the with this Tower card. It could also be linked to the sign of Aries. We also have the Moon card showing up in the reading here. So this could be Pisces, so fire, more water energy. But we'll go through the rest of the reading, and then if I need to clarify anything else, we will. So sitting in the deep past, here you have, you know, that aha moment, that epiphany, the truth coming in, right? The Ace of Swords is also a card of victory, but it's you know, it does represent new beginnings, new cycles, If you're waiting for a yes to come in, this is the yes from the universe. It's the universe extending out its hand and sending this, whatever this new beautiful beginning is, to you. But because it is air energy, swords, it has to do with the mind. So it's the mind, it's communication, thoughts. So it's more to do with, you know, finding out something, finding out information, also having that, you know, clarity that you're looking for. So that epiphany, like that aha moment. And in the recent past with the moon, major arcana number 18, you could have, you know, after receiving whatever this news was, after having that epiphany, possibly to do with this Seven of Swords situation, I feel that there's been a lot of spiritual guidance as well. You could definitely have, you know, in addition to having like this epiphany moment, there could also have been more of a spiritual awakening as well. And you actually, I know I'm jumping all over the place with your reading today, but just because the messages are coming through more connected like that, you can see that you appear as the High Priestess, who is, you know, she is an extremely powerful energy to have, because she sits, you know, she's the guardian between our realm, the physical realm, and the spiritual realm. And, you know, she sits there with all of the sort of the guardian, the gatekeeper of this hidden knowledge, the spiritual, you know, the hidden realms, the spiritual knowledge. And what she also encourages us to do is to tap into that, in, you know, the spiritual side of ourselves, and to listen to our intuition, to go within, to listen to that voice within. Also reference to, obviously, the moon. We have all the phases of the moon here on the moon card. She also is standing on the moon. And, you know, with the moon, there's this need to pay attention to, you know, our dreams, messages coming through in our dreams, as well as intuitively. So paying attention to these other messages, because it's like we have the logic coming through with the Ace of Swords, and then what we have crowning you here with the Page of Swords. So it's like there's the, you know, the logical information coming through, or that you might have found out or might still be finding out. And then there's the spiritual. So it's like you're relying on this information coming in the traditional way. And then you're also, I think that there's been a lot of spiritual growth, and you're now also counting on and relying on that, you know, the spiritual side. So the intuitive side, that you have been developing, also getting messages that way. But grounding you, the message from your higher self, this Page of Swords, again, air energy, but it is, it's a younger energy, it's a more immature energy. Pages in the tarot, they bring in news about things. So again, this finding out, possible news coming in, but it's also, this Page of Swords, it's like, it can be a little, sometimes negative, you know, with the news, or there's like a pessimistic type of element to this, whatever this news is. And also the Page of Swords can show up when you're being monitored, when people are, you know, they're following you, they're watching what you're doing, they're paying attention to, you know, what you are doing on a day-to-day basis, what you're posting online. They're secretly, you know, following you, stalking you online. So it's also that type of energy. It's like the spy type of energy. And with the Seven of Swords at the center, there could be this, you know, this type of, almost spying on you. But I feel that even though this might be going on, your life is progressing as it should, and you are progressing and you are changing, because we have coming up in the near future, you know, this is very much you in your own energy. So as we head into, you know, the second half of the month, the Knight of Pentacles comes in. So this could be you yourself. This could also be another earth sign energy that you might be dealing with, Taurus or Virgo, as well as Capricorn. And the knights, like, they go off on quests, right? And all of the knights are fast moving, but this particular knight, the Knight of Pentacles, is the slowest of the knights, right? He's the slow and steady wins the race type of energy. So he goes off on his quest. He does bring back an offer, but it might not be, you know, immediate. It's a slower moving energy because it is earth energy. And, you know, earth energy has to do with the physical, right? The tangible. So it is that more, you know, it takes longer for these things to materialize. It will happen, right? This could be in the form of a, you know, an offer. So a new job offer. This can be, a new home. This could be a new home offer. If it is a relationship, because we do have, I know we haven't gotten there yet, but we have a beautiful card that can speak of a relationship as the outbound energy. So if this is a relationship coming in, it might take a while to get off the floor, but, you know, get going. But once it does, it has staying power. So it's that type of relationship that won't, you know, fizzle out within a week or a month. It really has, it has the potential to grow into something much, you know, much deeper and much more meaningful. So I've already shown you appearing as the High Priestess, and surrounding you in your environment or how others are viewing you, you have the Ten of Wands. So yeah, cycle's ending, right? This is what you have going on around you. And it's a particularly long and tedious cycle with this Ten of Wands. Fire energy has to do with, it's our own determination and ambition and passion for the things that we do in life, but it's also, you know, projects. It can be creative endeavors, and then the work that we do, obviously, as well. Sometimes with the Ten of Wands, it's when you have been taking on too much. So at work, you know, doing your share plus everybody else's, because look how tired he looks. Look how tired the horse looks, you know, and they're still heading uphill there. But he knows that he's nearly there. So he's nearly at the end of whatever this cycle is. Because after the tens in the tarot, they bring in a new cycle, which is the ace. So you're nearly there. So I feel like it's almost like you can taste the victory. You can taste whatever this, you know, this new offer, this new opportunity is, but you just have to make it up that hill, right? But you're getting there. And you have, again, your hopes or your fears, but in this case, it would be more hopes. You're hoping for this ending, right? So this is, speaking of endings, this is the major arcana of endings. This is the last of the major arcana cards. So the major arcanas begin with the Fool card, which is the 0, and then go through all of the, you know, the growth, the changes, the ups and downs that the Fool has to go through until finally completing whatever that chapter was in his life. So it is a significant ending, but it also brings about rebirth. And we can see all of the butterflies around her, also surrounding you on the on your card, on the High Priestess card here. You also have butterflies all around you. So lots of new beginnings, you know, renewal, rebirth. And as you head out of the month, you have this beautiful Ace of Cups. So this is wonderful. This could be, which is what I was mentioning, this could be a new relationship starting up. If it is, it's the universe stepping in and saying, you know, now is the time for you to have this wonderful relationship. Could be with a water sign individual, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Could be with any of the other signs that we've already mentioned, but you know, it's a beautiful new beginning. Again, an ace, so the universe extending this offer. And the Ace of Cups is, you know, water energy. Water energy deals with our feelings, relationships, emotions. And it is also, you know, it's like the Holy Grail. So it's a beautiful relationship, you know, a very loving offer that's coming in. It can also be a card of healing. So for some of you, there might be a getting back together, but it's also a card of acceptance, of opening yourself up. It's a brand new beginning. And you have as your overall energy, so the card from the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups, so more water energy here. And this queen, again, she is also a highly intuitive figure, right? Out of all of the queens, she is the most intuitive as the Queen of Cups. So she has mastered the suit of cups, dealing with emotions and feelings. She is very compassionate. She's a very loving type of energy, right? She cares for everybody around her. Not that the other queens don't, but she's just a really sweet, loving type of energy. She also has, look, she has a crystal. She has a crystal ball here. So she has that, you know, that ability that to see things that others might not, right? So by tapping into the intuition. So there are definitely lots of messages here as far as, you know, growth, spirituality, needing to listen to the messages coming through your intuition. Also, these endings and new beginnings. And I feel that, you know, even if there are people or one person or multiple people, you know, who are kind of keeping an eye on you, they might have been the same people who betrayed you in the past. I feel that, you know, they might think that they have won here, but they, you know, one, they didn't win, and two, they didn't really plan that well, because, you know, if they thought that they were going to really upend your life and, you know, and cause a great deal of chaos for you, you have proven that, you know, they didn't, and that you are able to handle whatever comes your way, and you're just moving forward, possibly with a new relationship, possibly a new job offer. With the World card here, this could be, you know, a job offer coming in at a distance, in a different place, going to work in a different place. Could be dealing with people who are, you know, from other countries, who are quite different than you, you know, the way that you've been raised or your background. But ending with this Ace of Cups, this is just beautiful. It's a beautiful energy, and it's a blessing. And you have two aces in your spread here. So I feel that whatever these people thought, that's what keeps coming through to me, is whatever they thought that they had achieved or done, they didn't. So the plan was foiled, and you just continue growing. And, you know, you're on this path, this particular cycle is coming to an end, and you have beautiful new beginnings, possibly in the area of love. So let's take a look at the oracle cards that came out for you. So you have from the Sacred Traveler deck, Discovering Truth. Well, that ties in well. You stand in the light of truth. And from the what is the other one? The Goddess Guidance, sorry. From the Goddess Guidance desk, you have Nemetona, Sacred Space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And I will read you the full meanings for the card. Let's do the Discovering Truth first. This one says, listen to the wisdom that rises from your soul, even if those around you don't agree. Trust your instincts. Be yourself, whatever the situation, and respond from the authentic place inside. Be starkly honest with yourself. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Walk your talk. Listen to your inner guidance and follow it. You radiate the energy of truth to others so that they can find their truth. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, if you are facing a decision and your mind says one thing and your heart says another, follow the dictates of the heart and you will be on the right path. If you get a nudge to speak to someone or go in a particular direction, don't hesitate. Follow this guidance. On your journey, others may indicate what path you should take and why. You can listen to their advice. However, if your heart indicates another way, follow that. There's a place inside of yourself that always knows the truth. Take time to be still, to discover that genuine place of knowing within. Often the hardest thing about living your truth is discovering what it is. So it's important to slow down, be quiet, and listen to the whispers of your soul. If there's an area of your life in which you're not being authentic or where you're not in integrity with your values, this is the time to make some changes. Okay, and the guidance from the Goddess Guidance deck says, let me tell you first about this particular goddess. So Nemetona, whose name means sacred grove, right? And she has that name because she protected the ancient Celtic ceremonial sites, which were outdoors and sacred groves of trees. She continues to watch over sacred sites, especially those connected with nature. She will help you build your own sacred space and will assist with medicine wheel or labyrinth ceremonies. The message from Nemetona. Your sacred space is within you now. By creating an altar or visiting a sacred site, you connect with the symbols and energy that have been infused with meaning and prayer over the centuries. Don't take those symbols lightly, for they are powerful indeed. When you connect with sacred symbols, you help your inner sanctity find a home in the outer world. You also tap into the ancient wisdom and spiritual grace of the old ways. Explore spirituality through sacred symbols and sites, and allow your soul to soulfully meander among the various ways available to you to unite with the divine. It's not a matter of how you connect, but that you do so frequently. Other meanings of this card: build an altar in your home. Take a spiritually oriented trip. You need a quiet place of refuge and retreat for yourself. Create a medicine circle or labyrinth. Walk the labyrinth. Clear the energy in your home with sage, prayer, invoking Archangel Michael, or other space clearing methods. So yeah, and it's interesting because I think that both of these messages really, they resonate so well with the reading, to do with truth and discovering truth, which is what I feel that, there was the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, some type of truth coming in here. And then the need to, to really bring out and develop this sacred space, this sacred, this spirituality that you already have within you, right? It's inside of you. And you have all of these very spiritual cards here. So definitely could be a month where you're, really tapping into your spirituality, but also, looking to create the sacred space. So very beautiful reading, actually. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month. Bye for now.